Hello everyone and welcome to another great lesson with Ralph. Hope you're fine. Well, today we're going to cover another question type in reading, and our question type is matching. We will learn how to answer this question type, and unlike so many other IELTS instructors that they think this question type is very difficult and a little bit challenging, but I myself believe that it's pretty easy. And we will learn how to answer this question type. Well, first of all, let's take a look at a sample question. Here, as you can see, is a kind of matching question. So we should match each statement with the correct person. So why this question type is easy? Because most of the time you have to match a sentence with a scientist or with a person or with a researcher or with a place. So it is very easy for you to find, because of the keyword, to find the, let's say, the paragraph that the answer is hidden. All right, so that is why this question type, I myself believe that it's pretty easy. So what we do is that we first underline or circle keywords in the questions and answer choices. All right, so depending on which has better keywords. If you think that, let's say the question has better keywords, so you should circle that. Or if you think that the answer choices have better keywords, so you should just underline or circle. If both, so that would be pretty easy for you. And this question is formed from only 1 to 2 sentences in the reading passage. All right. And remember something very important. If answer choices may be used more than once, all right, if directions state this, so answer choices may be used more than once. So you should pay attention to this one. And otherwise, answer choices can only be used once, all right? And you must be able to scan for keywords and understand synonym language most of the time. So the sentence that you read in the question is quite different from what we have in that paragraph. So maybe there are some synonym words are used. All right. And what is our strategy? The first thing we do is we underline or circle keywords in the questions or answer choices. And then we identify the easy questions to do them first. All right. So we can mark them with a checkpoint. And then we scan the passage to find keywords and synonyms, all right? So we mark keywords in the matching sentence, and then we find the words that connect to the information being asked in the question. All right, so let's get started with answering 3 matching sentences, 3 matching questions here. So first, let's read these questions. Match each statement with the correct person or people. All right, there are 3 questions. Now, first, we just take a look at both questions and the answer choices. And we try to analyze which keywords are easiest to locate. All right, the ones in the questions or the ones in the answer choices. So we can see that keywords in answer choices are easiest to locate in this case because we have there are the, let's say, list of people here. Freeman, Shore and Kavinsky, Elshout, Simonton, and Buchards. All right, so we should look for them. But here is a bit tricky because there are only 3 questions and there are 5 lists of people. So why it makes it a bit tricky? Because we should only choose 3 of these answer choices. So 2 of them are extra. So sometimes you read, for example, about Freeman and you see that Freeman is extra, but you have wasted some time reading Freeman's, for example, idea, right? So what should we do here? All right, here's the trick. We also read the questions and we circle some keywords. For example, question number 18, less time can be spent on exercises with gifted pupils. Gifted pupils is important here, who produce accurate work. So gifted pupils are important. or gifted pupils is important, all right? So we circle this one. And then for question number 19, self-reliance is a valuable tool that helps gifted students reach their goals. Here, self-reliance is very important, and gifted children know how to channel their feelings to assist their learning. So we see that gifted pupils is repeated 3 times. In all 3 questions, we have this word. But we should try to find the other keywords, like, for example, for question number 19, self-reliance, for question number 20, channel their feelings, and for question number 18, exercise, all right? We start from the first choice, free man, all right? So we read the text and we see that free man does not have any information that can actually match each of these questions, all right? And we jump to next one, Shore and Kavinsky. Now, when we read Shore and Kavinsky, we see that there is something about practice about Shore and Kavinsky. All right, we come across a sentence, actually the end of this paragraph, that at the end of the paragraph there is this word practice, which is actually about exercise. All right, we read it again. We read this sentence very carefully. If they, the gifted, merely think more quickly, then we need only teach more quickly. If they merely make fewer errors, then we can shorten the practice. All right, there are 2 things which are very important. One of them is the word errors, all right? So fewer errors is the synonym word for accurate work in the question, all right? And shorten the practice, it means that less time can be spent on exercises, all right? So this is exactly what we see about Shore and Kavinsky. So the correct answer for Shore, for question number 18 is Shore and Kavinsky, all right? Now, we try to scan for L shout, and when we read L shout, we see that there is nothing that matches L shout among the 2 remaining questions, all right? And then we try to find Simonton. And when we read Simonton, because our keywords were self-reliance and also channeling feelings, all right, we see something that is sound a little bit like self-reliance and independence. So reading about Simonton, we come across a sentence that it has independence. So we read that sentence carefully from the research with creative scientists by Simonton brought him to the conclusion that above a certain high level, characteristics such as dependence seem to contribute more to the reaching the highest levels of expertise than intellectual skills. So we read the question again. Self-reliance is a valuable tool that helps gifted students reach their goals. All right, so we can see here reach their goals is reaching their highest levels of expertise, and helps gifted students. Instead of help, the synonym word contribute is used here, all right? And instead of self-reliance, independence is used. So we can see exactly self-reliance is a valuable tool is about Simonton's idea. So question number 19 is D, and we're pretty sure that Bookhart's is the answer for question 20. But to make sure that this is the correct answer, we should also find Bocart's and read his opinion. So we come across the last paragraph in which Boccards is stated here. So we read that sentence very carefully. We read the whole sentence, all right? In Boccards, so we know that question number 20 is about gifted children and how they channel their feelings in order to assist their learning. So we should find something related to channeling their feelings, all right? In Boccards' 1991 review of emotion in the learning of very high IQ and highly achieving children, she found emotional forces in harness. Emotional forces in harness is exactly the same as channeling feelings or emotions, all right? They were not only curious, but often had a strong desire to control their environment, improve their learning efficiency, and increase their own learning resources. So learning efficiency is the same as assist their learning, all right? So we see that Bocard's idea is about feelings and emotions and how they can actually channel how these gifted children can assist, can actually channel their feelings in order to assist their learning. So exactly, since this sentence is about feelings and emotions, we are 100% sure that this is the correct answer. So for question number 20, the correct answer is Bocard's, E. All right, so we are done here with answering, let's say, matching type of question. And as you know, this is pretty easy. As you saw, it's pretty easy to answer and to locate the paragraph. For next episode, we're going to talk about paragraph location, and we will learn how to answer this question type in academic reading. So until next time, enjoy your time, stay tuned, and bye-bye.